Good afternoon and welcome to Franklin Memorial Library's cooking show. And because it's November and we have Thanksgiving coming, we're going to do some ideas for leftovers. Everybody is thinking about their turkey, and of course a turkey sandwich with some mayonnaise and some bread, a little bit of salt and pepper is always good. But looking at some ideas that would be a little bit different, the first idea I looked up, because I'm a big cookbook fan, and that's what we're kind of promoting is cookbooks here at the library, and I like to read cookbooks. The first one was turkey and dressing and cranberry sauce. I thought, no, we could do better than that. So we have 4 sandwiches using turkey leftovers, and we'll get started on the first one. First one we're going to use, you can use any type of artisanal bread. I have here some sourdough bread, and ingredients for this is going to be turkey and some brie cheese, some cranberry sauce, and some bacon. So you're going to take the brie cheese, and brie is very soft. Take the soft cheese and put that on one side of the bread. Just mash it around there. This is so good. This is good. It'd be just good just to eat this just like this. And then you'll take some nice crunchy fried bacon. Put that on there. Never too much bacon. And that will give you a little bit of saltiness to go with your cheese. And then we're going to do some pretty sliced turkey. Turkey is so wonderful. And then, since we're probably going to have a little bit of leftover cranberry sauce, we're going to do that as well, instead of the mayonnaise. Of course, you could put mayonnaise and cranberry sauce, but here we go. Now you could put this under the broiler and get it warm. Use a sandwich press. I would use, if I was going to use a sandwich press, I would go ahead and put the cranberry sauce on after you put the sandwich press on, because cranberry sauce kind of melts. But there would be our first sandwich. Go. How pretty. All right. Okay, now I'm going to take our ingredients tray here, and we're going to get the ingredients for our next sandwich. Excuse me just a second. And our next sandwich idea is actually using a piccata or bruschetta bread, whichever you can find. Some of them come with in a bag that you have to put it in the oven and bake it, brown it off. And what we're going to do with this is the neat thing about this one is we're making a pesto sauce to go on it rather than mayonnaise. And the pesto sauce, we've already ground up the basil, fresh basil. And I've got just a little fruit chopper over here. And we've got some garlic in there already. And then I'm going to put, let's see if I can bring this into the camera shot here. You can scoot it over just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we have the little bit of olive oil in there. That will give it a little bit of liquid to it. That in there. Some cheese. And then I found a recipe. Okay, there we go. Where you use pistachios. Wow, that would be wonderful. Just a little bit of a different taste. We can get this in there. And there we go. Noise. Yeah, pretty. Okay, so this one, what we'll do is we'll take the butter bread and we'll take a nice piece of that. Here. Oh, it smells so good. The fresh basil. And it's a little bit chunky. Probably put a little bit more olive oil if you want. I know it's not very cook of me, but I'm not that big of a fan of olive oil, I'm afraid. Okay, and then we have just more cheese is always good. So cheese, mozzarella cheese, and we've got some tomato, turkey. And then what you can do with this is over here I have what is actually an old-fashioned waffle maker, and I'm not going to move it because it's hot. But it has the sides on it that you can flip the waffle maker part over, and you can have a little grill, which you back in the day would have put pancakes on it. But you could also use it. There we go, and we'll see how that looks. We'll let it cook for a while. Okay, so now our next idea is this. Next country that we're going to. Hang on just a second. And is we're going to go to the Middle East. So our next tricky idea is Middle East. We can have some pretty pita bread. And with that, have might also, your bakery might call it pocket bread because it splits open and makes a pocket, like so. And then you just fill it with all kinds of wonderful things. We have a little bit of balsamic vinegar. And we'll start with the lettuce. Some lettuce in there. Turkey in there. Tomato. See that pretty brie cheese. What am I? Some cheese in there. And you can put mayonnaise in this if you like. But with the brie cheese, just a little bit of balsamic vinegar on that. Just sprinkle that in there and let the bread soak that up. And you've got a beautiful sandwich. Probably put a little bit more lettuce in there. There we go. How pretty. There you are. And that's just so simple. I mean, just it's lettuce, tomato, your turkey, and a little bit of pretty cheese. Okay. Then, for our final sandwich, we're going to leave the Middle East in our pita bread. And we have a California recipe. Fancy television shows where we can cut them in and serve it. Okay, so the last one we're going to use sourdough bread. And what we have is we have a little bit of mayonnaise. Spread that on there. You can also make herb mayonnaise if you like. You can add parsley, you can add thyme. That kind of kicks up your mayonnaise a little bit. But because we're using avocado, we mashed up with avocado. And avocado here. See, that's one of my favorites. I love avocado. Avocado sandwiches for breakfast. Avocado on toast. Yes. And some sprouts. That's really kind of California. I guess that's what they thought they were talking about when they gave us the recipe for the California. And pepper jack cheese. I can get into that. The pepper jack cheese, and this would be good melted as well. Cheese, and you could also lettuce and tomato. I've got that right over here. Lettuce and tomato. Turkey. I am so ready for turkey. Thanksgivings were very different. Growing up, I was from a small family in Alaska, and grandmother would get out the good china and fix up the table with the decorations. And you had an adult table and the children's table. Then I married into a family that had 9 children. They were all married. They had children. They had children. So the first one, my husband and I got engaged. Our first holiday, we came from Atlanta down to the farm, and they had taken 2 doors off of their hinges to make tables just to put the food on. So there was no lace tablecloth and good china. But I also didn't realize that instead of feeding 9 people, which is my whole family, we were feeding 125 people. But there was always leftovers while we were doing the dishes afterwards. So there's our California sandwich with yummy tomatoes and avocados and turkey. So I hope you can mix and match some of these sandwiches and have a good time. I hope you have a wonderful holiday, regardless of whether you're having a huge family get together, which nowadays is probably 10, or just 2 or 3 people. We're going to have 4. We're going to have my son and daughter-in-law and my husband and I. And but we're going to have a good time and eat a wonderful meal. And I hope you join us for December. We're going to come up with some good, yummy ideas for December coming up. So come by and see us here at the library. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday. Bye-bye.